Oh, yeah. I got 3 creative updates for you today. And of course, I'm on a 4-year journey, a creative journey where I'm doing my fractal art. I'm writing my first novel and my second novel. And I'm also continuing to produce music. All over the next 4 years, I'm dedicating to this. And I'm also dedicated to helping other artists and other authors, all indie artists, indie authors. I'm here for the independent folks because we need to come together and help each other. So I love it. But I'm going to talk about today some of the updates on my writing and storytelling, working on my first book, about character arcs and stuff like that real quick. And I'm also going to talk about an amazing event that I sort of envisioned, the ultimate online book fair. And then I'm also going to give an update on my fractal, my backlit fractal frame that I was getting pricing on and all that. So yeah, writing my book. This week I got to spend a bunch more time on it. And I realized that, I kind of have my plot outline is pretty good, but like the character arcs, the main character arcs, and I'm basically figuring out how to marry those two things together. And look, if you're an experienced writer and you already know how to do all this and you think I'm kind of pathetic doing it the way I'm doing it, that's okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm writing my first novel. I don't know how, but I'm doing it, and I'm just going to do what I think I should do, and we'll see. We'll see how it all comes out. But yeah, weaving the story arc together with the character arc is really important to me, and I know I have to get that right before I actually start writing. So that's what I'm doing, and it's a little painstaking because I've never done it before. But also the theme of my book, I was working on the theme. Like, I'm crystal clear on the theme of my book, and I don't want to actually talk about it yet because I don't want to give any details of my book away yet. But I'm clear on the theme, and I'm just having trouble putting my ideas into a couple sentences or one sentence that normal people or normies or just average readers will understand and resonate with. Because my book sort of it definitely has a spiritual undertone, spiritual practice, meditation. And I know most people are not into that. So when it comes to topics like that, I have to figure out how I can convey the theme of my story so that normal people will hear that theme and say, oh, that sounds good. You know what I mean? Or even care about it. Also, I have a bunch of ideas for like products in my book that I can sell later. And one of them is a board game. And I was thinking it could be chess, but a variant of chess, like with slightly different rules. And so I recently thought of that. But I have to be really careful because I have a lot of weird, crazy ideas. And like most of them, including this chess variant, this game I can sort of insert into the book maybe in a couple spots, I feel like it's too much. Like I probably won't do that. And if there is a chess game, I might mention it, but I'm not going to like go over the rules in my book and all that. I wouldn't get deep into it. So I might mention it, and it might play a part in the story because it might sort of help give clarity on some of the characters, especially one character who's going to be playing that board game because it's part of his personality. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. But I have so many merch ideas, but I don't know if they'll come to fruition. Also, I was watching some videos online about people writing novellas and short stories with the help of AI. And so this idea of a series of novellas. So a novella is shorter than a regular length book, right? I think a novel is 40,000 words and up. I think a novella is, like 15,000 words to 40,000 or something. Anyway, I'm interested in that length of a story because I have a lot of ideas for stories that I don't know if I could make a whole book out of, but if I could make a little novella out of it, that might be good. And plus, with the help of AI, I could sort of much more quickly get ideas for stories into a smaller format, maybe. I don't know. Although I did remember a few videos back, I was talking about the flash fiction experiments I did, which is like less than 1,000 words. And what I realized from that was you can't tell much of like, there's not enough time to tell like a whole story. Like you got to just, like in less than 1,000 words, you can maybe have one scene. And so anyway, these are the things I'm learning. Yeah, and also the genre of my book. So I kind of know what genre my book is in, but I recently did a little studying on genres and tropes within genres, because apparently people who love certain genres of books, there are certain tropes in there, certain things that happen that the readers get used to, and they like to see those things. And if you write, I don't know, if you write a thriller, but it doesn't have any of the common tropes in it, someone who's into thrillers might read it and they probably wouldn't like it, because they're going to be like, oh, this is weird. This is too different. Apparently, that's what I'm learning. Apparently, sometimes that happens. Readers, they like the genre, and if you're going to write a book in that genre, it sort of has to comply with the genre and maybe hit some of the important features of a book, of a novel in that genre. I guess this is what I'm thinking. So yeah, that's just some updates on what I'm doing with my first book. I haven't worked on that second book idea yet, again, because I'm getting back to the first book, which is really good. So, all right, let's move on to the second thing for this video, which is the ultimate online book fair. So this idea came because, I'm interacting with a lot of authors online, indie authors, and everyone is struggling to market their books and sell their books and all this. And I remembered, because I go to the library sometimes to work on my book, and I remembered in like grade school, we used to have the bookmobile. Like it was literally like a big van that would come, and you would go, and they had all kinds of books for sale, and it was like a big deal. And like your parents would give you like, $10 or $15 to buy a book, because it was, promoting reading, especially in the early grades, like 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade. So I remember the bookmobile, and I remember the excitement around it. It was like, I mean, if you had a bookmobile or a book fair at your school, and all your friends are there, and you're talking about different books, and what book did Joey buy, and what book did Sally buy, and you're talking about the books, and it made you so excited to read the books, and then of course browsing all the books was exciting. So I was like, there's such excitement around a book fair or the bookmobile, and I'm like, how could you capture that online? And I thought, well, you could sort of have a book fair like with indie authors and indie books, but you can make it way better, like because it's online, and you can sort of, this is my idea, that you can sort of gamify it and make it interesting, and get, younger people, young adults, whatever, teens, to like, form groups and attend together online from wherever they are. So I have a lot of ideas about that, and I know it's a huge vision, and I know it'll probably never happen, because most of the ideas I think of, I'm not able to do them in real life, because I don't have time or the money to get it done. So this is probably one of those ideas, but at the same time, I think if I talk to some other indie authors, and we can come together and sort of help promote this thing, and it would have to be really cool. That's the thing. The event itself, I was thinking of like a 3-day book fair online, and where young people can come with groups of their friends, and maybe they get one free book, right? So that everyone gets to choose one free book, or maybe it's buy one get one free. I don't know. So and this would be also a good marketing platform for indie authors, right? Like we could sort of gather up all the indie authors and include them in this online book fair. And anyway, that's the idea. I think it would be a fun marketing thing, because that's one thing indie indie authors and indie artists in general, marketing is the weak point, right? Because they're not marketing people, they're artists or they're writers, right? So this whole marketing thing and like making fiction great again, like I'm all into that and I want to try and help. And this idea is one of them. So if you are an indie author and you're interested in this online book fair idea, get in touch with me because I'm happy to work on it. I even got a really cool name for it, but I'm not going to divulge the name because somebody would definitely steal it. So anyway, I'm kind of psyched about that idea, but again, it's a big thing. It would require not only a big time investment, but definitely some money investment, and a lot of different people and helpers would have to be gathered and coordinated to do it. So it's not out of the realm of possibility, but let's see. What do you think about that idea? Is that a decent idea to pursue or think about? Or is there other ideas that are better to help indie authors market their books? All right, and the third segment today is my fractal art frame, the backlit frame that I was researching, and I finally got a quote from this one company. I went back and forth like so many times. It was really bad. Like I went back and forth with this woman, and I think she must have been a young woman. She just wouldn't read anything I wrote. Like I would give her all the details and ask her a question, and then she would write back, well, I need to know this and that and this. And I'm like, I just told you all that. And then she would come back and she gave me a quote for the wrong thing. And I'm like, man, it just made me feel like there are many, many people out there who don't care about doing a good job at their job. They're just like answering emails and getting rid of people. And it's like, it's really bad because it's like, it's so simple too. Like this, it's the simple things that people screw up that it's weird. So anyway, that happened. She did finally get back to me with the quote, and for it's going to be 25 inches wide by 12 inches high. That's like the smallest size they could do, 12 inches in any direction. So 25 inches wide by 12 inches high, $620. That includes taking my fractal art and making making a translucent print of it. And the translucent print sits inside the frame, and then it's backlit, so it's like really bright. Just like, so because I want my fractals to like pop like they do on a phone or on an iPad or on a computer screen, right? So yeah, so the hunt continues. I mean, I'm not going to pay $620 just to see like, oh, let's see what this looks like. That's too much. So I'm still looking. If you have any ideas about how I could make backlit, put my fractals in a backlit frame. By the way, here's some of the fractal art I recently published. This is on my X account, but I also post on Nostr. And yeah, there's some cool ones here. I mean, look, I have so many cool fractals. I'm still figuring out how to do anything with them, or how to share them, or how to sell them, or how to get people interested in them. It's just not easy, like fractal art. It's like a weird kind of art. People look at it and their brain doesn't know what to think of it. That's one of the reasons I think fractal art is so cool, because you look at it and something will appear, and what appears for you is going to be different than what appears for me. So yeah, so these are my creative updates. Again, I'm on a 4-year mission here to help indie artists. If you're an indie artist, or if you know any, please subscribe to my channel. I'm definitely going to have to come up with an email list soon too, but we got to gather independent artists, and we have to start getting creative with our marketing and our promotion and our sales of our art, because there are a lot of people out there who would love it, but they just don't know it. So I'm totally excited about my 4-year creative journey, and I'm glad that you're here as part of it. If you can help out, that's fine, but if you could just watch and comment, that'd be great too. So, all right, that's it for this week. I wish you all the best, and let me know in the comments what you're working on. Are you writing a new book? What kind of art are you creating? Please, let's talk about our art in the comments, and then we can each visit each other's websites or whatever, or social platforms, and really check out each other's art. It's really fascinating. So, all right. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. All right. Bye.